The race review of the first Group 3 IGTL race here at the Fuji International Speedway. I'm joined by...
So what was seriously... Oh, hang on.
I'm joined by Racer Tay, as you heard.
Yep.
I'm joined by Squeaks. Squeaks?
Nice,
yep,
nice silence.
And Ada, or Jake, I don't know. Hello.
Otherwise known as Crashy Boy.
Guys, we are live. I've just checked YouTube on my phone and it is working, guys.
It is live, we are live.
Generally when you push the start broadcasting button, it does broadcast Squeaks.
Well, I noticed it said scheduled and sometimes we schedule it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so,
are we seriously calling this race review without doing the 2 claps? Come on, guys.
Race review.
Alright, either way, so...
Suddenly, half the cars just disappear.
They actually did, because Jake sent Tay and Instancy flying on the replay. The race then. What were all your thoughts on the Fuji race? 3-word race review. Come on, guys. 3-word race review.
Do they have to make sense in a sentence, or can we just have them in random order?
Yeah, put them in a random order if you want.
Punt, fight, spin. I don't know.
Alright. Explain, I guess? Oh. Do we need an explanation for that? I mean, if you've not watched the race, go watch the race, otherwise nothing that's going to happen is going to make sense. Nothing
that's going to happen is going to make sense anyway.
Well, I mean, if you watch the race, I'm sure you'd understand his 3-word race. Squeaks, what about you?
Tyre wear, contact.
That is 3, well done. Would you like to explain that one?
Bonus double words are going to be...
No, not bonus double words, come on.
Why are we doing...
Would you like to explain? Explain your 3-word race review then.
Who?
You, Squeaks. Explain.
Well, first half of the race, there was lots of contact with me and Hobo Dragons, and basically I couldn't manage my tyres throughout the entire race. My teammate was able to do a 1-stop on mediums, and that was my plan as well, but I ended up doing a 2-stop on medium tyres, and my front left was on like 10% health on the final lap of each stint.
That sounds way too professional for a bunch of 4 miners sitting in a party talking about racing.
It's fine. It's probably, as the season goes on, about to get less professional, I can imagine. Jake.
Oh, we're already
He isn't professional enough.
Yeah,
we've got teams like Squeaky Buttocks, myself.
Oh yeah, no.
Foxy old farts racing.
Yorkshire Tea Racing, for crying out loud. Anyway, Jake, your 3-word race review. You've not been talking much for the start of this. Give us your 3-word race review. No.
Nah.
No.
I would just say sorry.
I would say yes, but that's 2-1. I would say yes, but that's 2-1.
And it's my stream, so I say no. I have the overruling vote.
Flip.
Alright, I'll let you think it... Oh, blackout, okay then. Please... I was going to say finish it off, but it actually made it worse. It makes sense to somewhat of an extent.
But not for the good reasons. Yeah, not for good reasons. Like that, like those 3 words actually make sense when you put them like together, but just not for good reasons at all.
No, please explain in the context of the race, of course, not.
There's people that probably haven't watched the stream yet, probably so confused.
I'm gonna say, if you've not, why are you watching this and not watch the race? It's a bit beyond me.
You know what? To be honest, this is why I was a bit anxious. I know that's why I'm doing this. I'm a very snarky person sometimes. I should bloody go for every error someone makes. Just to be honest.
Anyway, Jake, have you explained your 3-word race review then? Yeah, would you? Language.
Yeah, that was me. Very scary looking at replay. Just me. Yeah, quite literally.
Isn't Mount Fuji on the other side though?
I'm pretty sure. I think Mount
Yeah, you
Fuji's
somehow
on the
did a
other side.
180-degree turn, going 120
Yeah.
miles an hour.
Some
and back
say
up the
to this
mountain.
day that you know when you skim rocks, you know, like you skim rocks across the body of water.
Yeah.
Tay's probably done that himself with his car across the Pacific Ocean and has found himself in America.
I wouldn't doubt it, you know. My memory's a bit hazy nowadays, so I wouldn't doubt doing that.
Anyway, my 3-word race review, and I've been thinking about this since the start, and I've come up with a great start. Now,
that
there
might
is
be the most dull out of all of us.
it is,
I
yeah.
mean, considering how terrible the carbon emissions machine gets off the line, you did quite decent in the first few laps.
That's what I'm going to say. No, I meant because, right, not just the start of the race, because that's subject to opinion, but the overall race as the start to a season, I think was quite good. The racing was brilliant everywhere. Like, you watch the replays, I think, on every lap. Well, this is what I mean, it's a bit subject to opinion, but I'm not implying anything. No, but
Okay. Okay. Would you like to tell that to the stewards?
oh, projection!
Were you throwing Phoenix Knight into this now?
Apparently so.
Alright, cool, I'm good with that.
No, but you look throughout the race on the replay and on the video, on every lap there was always at least 3 cars going wheel to wheel. It just was a good race. I found it good as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that me and 3 other cars, we went 4 wide into turn 1.
Yeah, I think you did. But it was a good race.
And Frosty made an excellent overtake down the inside of 2 cars at turn 1. Fair and square.
Hmm.
I mean, to be honest, like, getting sent to America through the Pacific Ocean and then getting back to 7th, like, Jesus Christ.
And I was a bit
Yeah,
disappointed because I didn't end up going wheel to wheel with you. I saw him behind him, what, this is it, he's going to have to come through me, and he just
Same
didn't.
here. I kind of just messed up the GT corner and Tay was like, I'll have that, thank you.
No,
Yeah,
I
it was...
think Tay got me through pit stops, so I didn't see him once throughout the entire race.
To be honest, I think this race mainly, for me, was damage control, and it's unfortunately it's going to have to obviously be the same way next time. But after that point, it was just about being a bit opportunistic, and the unfortunate thing is I didn't get to battle a lot of you, and I can only remember really making one notable move, and that was M3 guy down into the first notable corner of second Sir 3.
Yes.
Did you just feel like all of us were just verbal chicanes and just went round?
No,
To be honest,
no.
that's not what I was focused on. To be honest, I kind of zoned out during the race. I didn't really recognise position. I couldn't tell what the net was, or like net position.
I think what it is with this season as well is I don't know whether it was my car or whether you were having issues, but it feels like the way that the league's set up is that we're pretty much being forced into 2-stop races. It looks like with the fuel and tyres, because it was what? Crazy was the only one to do a 1-stop in the whole race.
I would like to see some more tyre variety. The way it's set up is like it's usually either a perfect even number so that you can make it. Like I remember, was it Monza season 1 that it was 12 laps long and the fuel and tyres lasted perfectly for that amount of time.
Yeah, it sounds about right, since
Yeah.
you don't really need the tyre wear, and if you're good at fuel saving in that car kind of thing, you would basically have to do that.
Yeah. Well, speaking of stress.
Sorry, don't let me interrupt you.
Yeah, I was just saying on strategy, I personally did a 2-stop, but the fuel was really, because I noticed for me on the tyre wear was really good. Like, the tyres were not... I probably, if there was no fuel, I could have done at least a one stop, maybe even a no stop. The tyres, to say I were on super softs the whole way, was surprisingly in good condition halfway through race.
And on the other hand, my car.
From one extreme to the other.
I mean, yeah, you look at Robbo and he's done 7 laps of supers and they've barely got any red on them.
Got any red,
and
yeah.
you just go down one position and you see me and I've got mediums on, 2 compounds harder, and I'm almost completely red on the front left. And
fresher.
like, I don't know what I've been doing, to be honest, because ever since I've switched to the wheel, I thought I'd be slightly better. I mean, I think I've improved in pace, but what I've done is I keep over-rotating the wheel slightly and getting so much tyre swirl and ruining the tyres.
Yeah, Squeaks, about that, alright, so this is what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to just get, like, consistent laps down at Brands Hatch. I'm driving at the moment. So what you want to do is put, like, what's your wheel sensitivity on?
10.
Okay.
So turn that down.
Just focus on being gradual through the corners. So don't be too hasty about it. Almost let the car do its own thing, but just be gentle on the way in. So kind of don't just yank it straight in. Like don't just make what I'm saying is don't do fast movements with the wheel. Be calm, be controlled, just kind of shift the wheel to the right or the left depending on what corner you're going through, and then it should ease up. So if you're gradual with it on corner entry, apex, corner exit, it should improve.
Anyway,
I've been lapping around Interlagos right now, and I've been trying my best to go as smooth as possible, and I've noticed my lap times have definitely improved.
Yeah, that's the key.
Anyway, focusing back on Fuji, so Vitman G won the championship last season. He got pole, fastest lap, won the first race of the season. What do you make of his performance on the weekend?
Championship contentions, leading the championship.
He is in the championship, yeah.
It's without a question that him, May, and maybe someone else could be there by the end of the championship. May is a very, very good shot for me. Looking at how he handled race pace, like not looking particularly at qualifying, because although obviously I was beaten out there, going through that last lap I did see purple 210s. So ignoring that, looking at May's race pace, you can clearly see there's a lot of talent there. If he can just nail down the start, which of course he's in a much quicker starting car than Vitman, then I realise he could very well be within this.
I mean, personally, I think May's taken a big jump this season. I mean, last season he was in the Lexus, which I think is probably the most dominant car for the season, but ever since he switched to the Mercedes for this season, he's been quite quicker. I'm not sure if he's just suited to that car more, because he used to be just 5th, 6th most of the time, but now he's just jumped up
high
to top
mid.
3.
Yeah, so this could be a good season for the. I think in the end, my predictions, it's going to go down to May, Vitman, and someone else for the drivers, and last first and Extra Sissy for constructors.
I reckon I can see Extra Sissy winning. I think last to last were good, but M3 guy's performance weren't the best in Fuji. As much as May did really well, I don't think M3 guy did as well. Whereas when you look at the two Subarus of Extra Sissy, they were both pretty much together everywhere, and they finished like what, 4th and 5th. So I can see Extra Sissy winning.
It's a nice contrast because we can clearly see M3 guy can get himself into the points, and we've obviously got May running in there with the top guys.
But Extra Sissy is scoring more points collectively, I think.
Yeah. So it'll be a tough one to call, but it should happen. It should come down to the wire, hopefully.
Well, we all have to start somewhere.
That's fine.
I mean, loads of good drivers can have a shaky start to their debut set race. Multiple drivers I could probably name, and they've become really good people drivers as the years developed. So
Well, picture this, at least you're going to be remembered for a long period of time because of your debut. Not for the best
gonna have
reasons, of course, but you're still going to
your
be.
debut
Everyone's
is
going to
be the
remember it.
most remembered.
It's probably the most memed race of all time because of your debut.
It's the most.
To be honest,
I mean, Coca-Cola corner at Fuji was a meme, and now it's turn one.
Now it's Jake at turn one.
Going further into this, what do we all feel will be our most memorable moments coming into Season 5? Because obviously it's a 5-season anniversary, coming very close to the 1-year anniversary, so at the moment, what do you all remember most from this league?
My triple overtake at Magyar, because it's Season 2. I can't remember it else. I think Tay was 1, but that's probably the moment and also that race in general, I ended up leading 1 lap, which is the only time I've ever led a race in the IGTL.
Squeaks, do you want to go next?
Well, I would have to be Season 3 Fuji. I made a decent start in that Atenza, which didn't really have a good start. I managed to hold my position, and I did a double overtake down the inside at the same corner Robbo did his, and I was able to be in third for pretty much 80% of the race until some other faster people managed to catch up to me.
What about you then, Tay?
It's a tough one to call. I'm just looking back through all these seasons I remember. I'd have to say either...
Go on, Season 3.
There is 2 from Season 3 that I'm growing in my mind. Alright, I'll split them for now. I'm saying Season 7, or not Season 3
7?
We'll get to that eventually. Season 3, Round 7 at Maggiore. That was when I kind of realised that it was really on by that point. You know, before that I'd been thinking...
Was that when Raiden just didn't stop for Magyar? He tried to do Jake and just ploughed into Barry at the hairpin, didn't he?
Yeah. By that point I was thinking, you know, Raiden's a quick driver, but then after that race all of a sudden everything was opened up.
I could see, because that mistake, I believe that mistake, because unfortunately in the end you didn't win. Do you think you can... Because obviously you had a difficult Season 4, Season 5 hasn't sniped the best. Do you reckon you can come back from this and go back to your title contending ways, maybe even win one eventually?
We'll see. We'll go with the Kimmy answer.
What about this season?
Is just, Kimmy ice cream.
Yeah, there is also that.
Just to add, guys, I've been reading comments of the stream, and Sissy says that his favourite race for him is finishing 5th in his first race as a reserve driver.
Oh yeah, that was a good race from him.
When was it? What season was it again?
Season 4.
That'd be why I don't remember it then.
I think that was the Fuji race in Season 4 where he drove as the Porsche. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Renegade Racing, I remember the paint job. I remember making a move into turn 5, being a bit tenacious on that one.
So then, moving forward still, the next race obviously this weekend, we've got Monza in the Group 3s. Who do you reckon's going to come out on top there? Give us your...
May.
You think?
Best car in straight line. He's really good. He showed his potential in Fuji. That car's excellent in a straight line. Just it. Great driver, great car, great combo.
It's going to be damage control for a few drivers especially. I'm going to include myself into that. I'm going to include myself into that paradox. But it's going to be damage control for a few of us. I think Wittmann, to an extent, maybe. Obviously, he hasn't got the quickest car in a straight line, but he's still at the pace. But again, in the end,
is a faster straight line too.
Yeah, in the end, it's really going to be damage control for a few people, and it's going to test just how competitive people can be on the performance cars.
I reckon
I'm pretty sure this is only going to be my second race in Monza for IGTL. My first race at Monza really didn't go well. I got hit off at the second chicane and I didn't have any slipstream for the rest of the race.
I've participated in every Monza race in the IGTL, I believe.
I did one in season... I remember doing one in Season 1, I think it was, and in Season 2.
Season 3 got missed out.
See, I don't think there were a Monza in Season 3. What about in Season 4? Was there a Monza?
No.
Nope.
No?
We haven't had it since Season 2. My debut season.
Monza holds a bit of a special place in my heart. Obviously, first time winning this league.
Mm.
First time anywhere really.
I personally remember Monza as it always seems, I don't know what it is about the track, but it always, look, when you watch back the videos of the Monzas, they're always really good races. Like the wheel-to-wheel races.
Season 2, I remember you and me, Robbo, we were going at it in that
Oh
race.
yeah, no, that was the one where we were constantly going. We ended up going into the pit lane side by side, and somehow didn't make a collision, which was quite a moment. That's that's probably an honourable mention.
That was lucky.
But there was it was a good race, is Monza. It usually is. And so I'm expecting another great race from Monza again in season 5.
Yeah, that'll. To be honest, I'm looking forward to it, even though obviously Porsche's kind of underpowered for it. It should be a good one. It should be a good duel. And you know, last time the Subarus were there, they had a good bloody boxing match. So see what happens for them.
While we're on the point of that, obviously moving aside Fuji for a second, do you reckon throughout the season we'll see teammates end up getting maybe a bit too close to each other?
Possibly. We've
apart
got
from Team Red Bull, surely.
No, it's. I mean, speakers, I wouldn't say that. We've already come pretty much as close as you can get together.
Well, not because Insissy was in the way.
Oh no, you didn't see. I overtook him in the end. Like, I seem to remember that was pretty close to each other. But yeah, it's definitely possible with the group we have. I almost definitely agree with it.
So so there's a chance we could probably see a teammates collision.
Well,
could get interesting. Well, yeah, no, aside from him,
there may be one.
It's kind of already happened if you think about it, but yeah, technically, I guess not.
Yeah, but I mean, like another team. My recommendation would be qualify yourself on the left side of the grid.
That's not as easy as you first think, because you've got to.
Being so tight.
Oh yeah, no, the nature of that first chicane in Monza, I don't think we've ever had a huge crash.
We kind of did.
I think we do remember one. Yeah, there was a couple of incidents going into turn 1, I remember, a while back, but overall I don't think we've had anything like, probably to the same scale as we had here in Fuji. Whether this will happen this season or not, but I've got to say, I think lap 1 is probably the best chance of a collision round Monza, and that's purely into the first corner. After that, I can't see anyone colliding with each other on Monza.
Apart from lap 1,
yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, there'll be the odd battle here and there.
I think there's definitely going to be some close battles ensuing throughout the race, and there may be a bit of contact between them. But I don't think there's going to be nothing major apart from lap 1, maybe.
I can imagine a 3-wide moment coming up. I don't know why. Monza's just that sort of circuit where you can.
All you need is 3 cars coming in a line at a parabolic car.
Yeah, no, we saw it. We saw them somehow going 3-wide into Ascari without colliding until they came out of Ascari. I think was it Frosty took out Helgast.
Helgast.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was Helgast. He came round out of the Ascari chicane onto the curb and he got spun around, which is a shame because we saw a fantastic 3-wide battle.
That kind of just isn't designed for 3-wide. It's literally made only for 2 and 1.
Also, historically in Monza on this game, penalties have been notoriously strict. So, do you think we could see that with the idea of having to get rid of them within the next 2 corners of picking up? Could we see that as a factor in the race?
I mean,
it's a very tricky one because at the same time, yes, they are the track is notorious for being harsh on penalties. But if you look at corners like Parabolica and Retfilio as the first king,
Yes, variante de Retfilio.
and like those corners, they are very good at wearing penalties, almost on the same scale as Catalunya entering to Sector 3 or Red Bull Ring Turn 3, technically. So it's going to be an interesting one because it's one of those tracks where penalties are easy to wear if you're on the right part of the track.
I mean, yeah, you kind of took the words out of my mouth there, because I was going to say the same thing, because I think Ascari is a quite easy place for good penalty. If you eat too much of that morning curb,
Oh yeah, no, there's that yellow one.
But it's not like BTCC where you got to get rid of it on the first beginning in a straight kind of thing. It's within 2 corners, so if you can shade that penalty off from Parabolica on the first chicane, there's no need to worry. Well, he says serve within 2 corners, and if you get a penalty Ascari, you got a Parabolica at 1 corner, and first chicane, second.
Now we're going to see, yeah, with the nature of Monza, 2 corners, unless you're in the middle of a chicane, are quite far apart.
Yeah.
So in reality, there's no excuses.
Yeah, pretty much. Anything else anyone would like to add about the Fuji race or the rest of the season?
To be honest... Oh, sorry.
I'm hoping that there'll probably be some it's a bit of a switch up in the next few races. I mean, there's got a few drivers who are a bit lower down than they should have finished, and I think it'd be great to see the grid be like different again for the next race.
To be honest, a bit more personal thing, I'm wishing for a better run of luck. Because obviously, with Season 4, everything kind of just went down the toilet drain. And with the start of Season 5, it's not a great omen, so... On a personal note, honestly, a bit of luck would be appreciated.
I mean, yeah, same here. I mean, I got 8th in qualifying, and I actually worked myself up to 5th by the end of the first lap. And then it kind of just got ruined because I got taken out the first corner at the second lap.
I got 9th in qualifying in Fuji and finished 8th, so I think I had a pretty decent race. Though, picking up where I kind of left off when I left in Season 3, obviously this being my return season, it seems to be somewhat similar in the fact that I am just like picking up them points and finishing in the midfield. There's nothing spectacular, but it's not exactly overly horrific at the same time. It's looking like it's going to be another one of them seasons.
It's going to be another season of can't win a mission to the win.
Anyway, quick question from InCC in the chat. He says, what kind of future do you think IGTL has?
It's a bright one. If you look at the other leagues surrounding, Group 2 has some really top names in there. With the likes of PR1 Nico and several others.
Oh yeah, no, Group 2 Lobby A is just a group of death.
I nearly joined that.
Aliens.
I nearly joined that. I got myself down to Lobby B to race with you guys, just have a bit of fun. And then maybe we'll see what happens. I'll try going up there. But no, if you look at everything that's running now, the league's expanded massively from where it began.
Yeah,
and it only appears to be making forward momentum, so...
Group 2s is really popular as well. There's like a lot of people getting involved. Hence why there's there's 2 lobbies and both lobbies are full. I think they are anyway. Is Lobby B's, is that full yet? Because last time I checked,
we were filled up because was it Heppo and PT Ruttkinen that signed up late?
Yes, I reckon it is. Right, the replay's just finished, so I'll just like. Shall I restart it and focus on a different drive? I think we shall.
Yes.
Let's watch the replay again.
Race, we should have been switching driver rather than just be like, let's look at Robbo for half an hour.
Well, I'll do the same thing for the next half an hour on use weeks, for example. Can't really look at Jake.
Yeah, if you're going to look at me, I'm just going to tell the chat. Remember to always look at the tyre.
The tyre weight's not on these, by the way. It's just the race info.
Turn it on.
So anyway, point is, so the ops for IGTL. What do you think IGTL can be in the future? Any?
I have a comment I wish to make.
We've obviously already got GTSRL really up there, and you know, if we get enough people, this could very well be the European equivalent.
It probably could
of
be
that,
another.
because although they do have a European league, it is mainly geared to the American side of the pond. So to see, IGTL grow to something like that would be very nice.
Also, once you made the comparisons between where it was at the beginning, it is more living up to its name as the abbreviation is international, whereas at the beginning we only had like 9 drivers and pretty much all were British.
Yeah.
Now we've got a full lobby of people, still the majority are British, but there's some Americans, there's Austrians, right?
Squeaks.
There are...
If you remember, Robbo, you weren't here for this, but I think it was Dragon Trail Group. I think it was Dragon Trail Group 3 last season. We had a massive variety of nations. We had Finnish, we had Australian, we had Irish. That was a really nice group to see.
Yeah, I just also wanted to say on the earlier point that IGTL has come a long way and far beyond what I ever expected it would have been. I mean, joining in April and it was kind of just dry. It was just.
It was, yeah. No, I would know.
So much inspiration that could have been there. It had so much potential and ideas when I went in there as well. I was so interested in it, and yeah, I only really expected it to be Group 3, and then there was Group 2. And it was like, okay, that's quite cool. And then bang, Group 4 came, and I was like, wow, time trials and all this. And I was like, wow, this is really advanced to what I ever expected it to be.
But yeah, future is very bright, and it might just be expanding with something very, very much quicker coming soon.
Winky face, no reveals, no spoiler alert.
You know, I also joined the league in.
Oh God!
I also joined the league in April, I guess you could say. I mean, I did. Yeah, we'll go with that. I was in the league at April. I've been. Probably season 4 is my only. Oh no, yeah, definitely. Because with these videos, and something that a lot of people won't really notice, because you know it's not something that's publicly broadcast. But I did actually create this league in a sense. Because
yeah,
what happened is
it was a collaboration between you and Frosty.
What happened was in April, end of March, beginning of April, I had this idea. I wanted to start the league, and then eventually I just went into GT lobbies, asked people if they wanted to join into a league. It got a couple of people. You know, Luckman was actually the first person in it, so how fitting that he was the first season 1 champion. Frosty was also one of the first, and we created what was known as Robbo's League. The first race, can't remember when it was, but it happened. It was around Yamagiwa. And then I think we started the second race, and then we decided after the second race that we were going to move it onto Discord, because at this point we were using like a PlayStation message group. So we moved on to Discord, and we renamed it the IGTL. And the first IGTL race was April 14th, and here we are now.
Whoosh.
Is that why you changed your name to Robbo Racer Racing?
Yes, instead of Robbo's League.
I remember you telling me content has mainly expanded, hasn't it? So it's just a constant change.
Yeah.
They are, yeah.
That is the beauty of it.
I mean, yeah, like when a turn 1 collision happens, we all kind of just laugh it off, if you see what I mean.
Yeah,
I love the way
when we're all making memes, we're not laughing at you, we're just laughing it off. That's what I see it as. With
me, it's just you have to give me a bit of time, because
oh yeah, I know.
Initially, I come across very harsh when it comes to this kind of thing. I come across very brash. and just very hot-headed about it.
Mount Panorama
because-
flashbacks intensifies.
But yeah, I think I take it a bit too seriously sometimes. So yeah, there was definitely some very loud words in that party. I actually have my mic off. I turned off my mic accidentally.
It turned out to be a good thing.
Yeah, because I was.
If you ever watched my live broadcast of the stream, you could see I was getting very agitated very quickly.
Yeah,
I know, I was in a party with you. Anyway, I'll just, on a side note, although this has gone from a Fuji race review to just an overall discussion about the IGTL, but we'll roll with it.
Well,
And staying on, it does, yeah. On that topic as well, NCC coming in with a couple of questions. This one's an interesting one. Say GT Sport implemented a multi-class system similar to what Project Cars did. Do you reckon the IGTL would use that, or stick with just the one category per league?
I'd like to see it used, mainly because it adds more depth to the league, but also because it encourages fairer play. Because, like, it's a lot of the same with all things, especially in this game. The only way people are going to learn is by being dropped in at the deep end, but by having, by having these cars lapping around at the same point as everyone else, you get to learn, respect on track. You get to learn a lot more of that, which, everyone's quite good at it now in general, but just a few more people could do with a bit of a reminder that, you need to kind of be a bit more aware in the space. So yeah, I think it would be a very good use.
Squeaks?
Yeah, I think it'd also be a good idea. I think IGTL would experiment with it with a few races, I would say, before we fully moved over to it if we like the idea. Kind of like how when Full Start Check came out, it was the fun race this season, and we were like, well, we'll give it a shot.
And now it's a fundamental feature for the league.
Yeah, it would be, what's the word, beneficial to the league.
Beneficial.
Sorry, I butchered that pronunciation. There you go. Thanks.
Robert, why do you have one dislike on the video?
I've no clue. Anyway, point is.
Jake disliked it though.
And I think what would be cool is if they were to, first of all, if they were to implement a multi-class system online, they'd first need to expand the amount of people you can have online, because 16 is not enough people for a multi-class race to work efficiently.
Oh, easily.
So they'd need more for starters. What I think would be cool if there were enough room in it is if we combined all 3 leagues into one. Would honestly, a bit like the World Endurance, we had the Group 2 league, the Group 3 league, and the Group 4 league, like all running at the same time on the same piece. I think that would be quite a cool dynamic.
I have another idea that could be implemented in this game. It sounds a bit weird, but like, could be. So currently we have FIA with those penalty things, where it forces you to slow down. So what if there was a way that you could go on some track editor and you could just place these penalty zones wherever you wanted on the track?
That would work. Obviously we're not Polyphony Digital, so we can't just magically make it happen.
Yeah, we're just thinking about the future, just like people make concepts.
We're just going to forward these videos, make sure. Polyphony, get on it. Anything anyone else would like to add?
I'm clear for now. Anyone else?
Squeaks?
Jake?
Jake, anything? Go for it. Go for it.
The thing is, Jake, I see where you're coming from. It is a good idea. I'd really love to see that, because to have us branch out into other games, you don't have to do it seriously. This league isn't particularly serious, so it would be really fun to see a little fun little league like that. But at the same point, I don't think it'll start up much, and that's no offense to you. I really want to see this happen. Don't get me wrong. But it's just a thing of we're all kind of races by kind of heart. It's yeah,
I'm gonna say that's why we've all been brought together, is because we're all into racing equally. We all enjoy playing Gran Turismo somewhat competitively, whilst also so we're sort of like casually racing against each other competitively, which is why we've all been brought together under the IGTL.
yeah, like I would love to see it go through, Jake. That's like, don't let me put you down. Is what I'm saying. I would love to see this entire thing happen. I think it would be a really cool idea. It's just at some point, unfortunately, things don't go your way, and with this, it's a very out there idea. No, it's not necessarily about that. If, like, we could very easily set this up with the right kind of direction. It's just not going to be easy
getting
whatsoever.
enough people.
Like, yeah, even leagues, even our league, IGTL, had issues. Just every league, when they're starting up, they always have issues trying to get people to come in.
Yeah, no, we sent it out everywhere, and we've got Reddit posts or whatever it was, and we were posting it literally everywhere, trying to get people to not only join the league, but to stay for more than one. Because I remember at the beginning we had this problem where one person joined, and then they left. They did one race and then left. Not sure what the reasons for that was, whether it was commitment issues or something, but there was a lot of that early on, and it was getting people, which now we have a full lobby of people that are all willing and wanting to do every race, which is good. Anyway, Insissy says, if IGTL expanded enough, would IGTL turn into a money pot system or stay free and have credit to your peers?
I would absolutely love to stay free. I feel like monetization is, no, don't get me wrong, it's an amazing reward to those that have excelled in a certain season. That's a good thing. But at some point, you have to draw the line of, this is, you know,
it's just a game.
Yeah, that's not what I'm trying to say, because I absolutely love the competitive scene in this game. It's a huge step.
That's what this game was made for. It's why it's called sport. Is that it was literally made for online racing. That's partly why it is got, aside from a few bugs, the online is relatively good. Is because the online was the main focus of the game.
But I think at some point you have to draw the line of, this is only a separate league. The money-making pots you see in other games, like League of Legends is a good example. I don't personally enjoy League, but whatever. That's not the point. If you look at League itself, the money pots there are developed by Riot themselves, and they're big money pots as well. They're not just these little dinky little gift cards. And as much as gift cards are a good gift, you know, you've done well, you deserve some sort of gift. I just feel that it wouldn't. I just don't feel monetization is the right way to go about it. That's
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I mean, money pot system is just not really for me. I mean, as nice as it is to be rewarded for having such a great season or whatever, it's kind of spoils the fun, I say. I mean, as much as the racing gets more competitive, because I don't know, because people want the money or something.
Yeah, no, that would make an
like,
interesting.
When you have a huge accident like Tay and Ada have, I mean, it's not like oh, how can I put it? Like they would just laugh it off, go like shake hands, go like the rise. But if like being paid for it, they'd be more pissed at each other. Like,
I'm gonna say, if this,
I didn't win the money because you punted me and shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if there's
That's
money at
Jesus.
stake, things would not be as friendly as they are now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, because if you look at, like, because me and Squeaks were lucky enough to have a race with Mikhail Hizal just before New Year's, and if you look at that kind of performance in comparison to the guys in here, no offense to any of them, but it would be complete domination, and that also links back to the same monetization. It'd just be easy money going to the same person. Oh, trust me. Like, you need to see a Legna race, Ada, because that shit is insane. Oh, sorry, I'm just...
Yeah, sorry to cut in here, but I got a message from Sissy 3 minutes ago. I think he wants to be invited in the podcast. Is that okay if I send an invitation? Have you just got accepted?
Next week, should we say? Because we see from next week onwards, yeah, sure, yeah, because he says let me on in the stream as well. So yeah, next week in Sissy, I'm sure we'd invite you on. Another question from Insissy, of course, is there any changes to the rules in IGTL that you would make, stricter or more lenient?
Personally, and there's a massive bias here, but I would say stricter. I think we all know why that is, but it is just that same way.
Yeah, mine might be a bit of a weird one. But I think that's the 2-corner penalty rule. I'm not a fan
Oh yeah, no,
of it. Like,
I'm same with you on that. I'm not a big fan of that.
People should be free to serve their penalty whenever, like, for example, if there's two cars in a really nice battle for some video content there, Robbo, and then let's say one of them clips the curb and the game's ridiculous penalty system's like, that's a penalty. They've just got to slow down and then not in the battle anymore. And like, when they've got a penalty, they could be trying to shave it off by staying in front of the car behind them. If you see what I mean.
Plus, the ghosting system in the game can be a bit sketchy at times, and I've had it happen to me a couple of times where a car looks ghosted, so you think, oh, it's safe, I'll just drive through it, and then you get toward it, and you hit a brick wall, and you're done for. It just reappears right in front of you, which.
That's why I intentionally stay out of every single accident. You'll see, especially like something very easily could have happened in the race. Actually, you might remember. I think it was coming round Lexus corner, and it was Foxy, I think, that spun. He was initially ghosted on my screen, but at the very split second, he re-ghosted. And if I'd have tried to just go through him there, that would have been me absolutely dead. But it's just a thing of I'm used to it now, and I shouldn't be. That's a big problem with the game. You have a ghosting system in place to, stop these incidents from happening, and yet you're actively encouraging players from the system to take out matters into their own hands and go and actually have to weave away. So, no.
Yeah, another point I'd like to add is if there's a serious collision, I think after the race, the amount of time they lost, they should be able to redeem some of the time back. Because even though accidents happen, kind of thing, it'd be nice if you could retrieve like 50% of the time you lost or something.
Squeeze, just like to build on you. I think I understand the idea, and in theory it would work. But the only real problem with that is trying to understand. Is trying to figure out how much time they did lose from an incident could be a bit difficult to read.
Be honest, I'm just going to use Ada and Kay's accident as an example. Like, as soon as he went off the track, we just start counting from there until he rejoined, maybe. I mean, I see what you mean. by that, but I mean, if they're on purposely waiting off the track to gain more time, lots of them, they're just losing time right then and then, aren't they?
Another rule I'd like to make is that if you're sponsored by T, you already have a championship boost.
Fan boost.
Only if you're sponsored by T, nothing else.
You send the company an email, and then they email Frosty, then they instantly get a 5% power boost added to their BOP. So I'm gonna go add smart water to my car, and I'll get a nice 5% power boost.
No, not beer in Sissy, just T. If you're not sponsored by T, you don't get the championship boost.
Then suddenly every car just becomes Yorkshire tea,
Yeah.
tips.
It works.
Dave Ampere tea.
And then it's exclusively Yorkshire tea. So it's just a case of it becomes the Yorkshire tea IGTL.
Yorkshire tea gives you a 5% boost. Fuji tips gives you. I mean, we've come here to talk about Fuji and IGTL in general. We're now talking about tea gives you a BOP boost.
Such a natural
this conversation is upscaled massively.
conversation. Whilst you brought us onto that topic, we are actually approaching an hour. We started this stream at 7:30. It's now 7:20. I guess so. As good fun as this is, we might have to start wrapping this up to an end. So we're gonna finish this off properly. Three. Or just give us your one main prediction, nothing to do with the result, but one prediction for Monza. Go.
Race winner.
I'm gonna run out of fuel. No, I'm kidding.
You're gonna purposely make that happen now, just so your prediction.
No,
right.
I don't want to. I don't want to, Robbo. But I'm gonna say May. May for the win. Top 3. Let me go through the team. Why not? Let's have a look. Given our teams, I would say have May coming first in the entire race because of that bloody speed boost. Vitamin G in second, and here's a bold one. Mel owned for a third spot.
Yeah, that VW has.
Do you know what's funny, Tay?
On the podium in my case, I think since
that was my exact same top 3 prediction. And I mean, you may call me biased because you know that's my teammate, but he gave me times that he'd done on a practice session, which I will not disclose publicly. But so
I know.
I back him.
Alright, Mercedes hiding from Pirelli.
By the way, in Sissy's prediction is that Squeaks spins on a Scary.
Guys, why you got to decide to repeat stuff that's already happened? Because I did that in season 2.
That's jinx now.
Anyway, Jake, what's your top 3 prediction for Monza? No, you said Fuji then. Monza, top 3. Interesting.
Okay.
Considering the car, possibly.
Yeah, but this is Vitamin G. Interesting. Squeaks?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I think May's definitely got a podium. I personally think he's gonna be on the top step of that podium taking the victory. In second place, this might be a bit rash, but jeez, I'm gonna put Mello in second since that VW is so down full slide and Monza is just heaven for that. Mello's proven to us that he is a top 5 driver for sure. With the car and combo and, I don't know, a good strategy, he could be on for a real chance to get third, probably second, I think.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
And then third, I think, probably Vitamin G. He's such a great driver, but that closure is not going to be ideal for the track.
Whilst we're on that... Oh, okay. I don't think it's gonna go.
Rough one.
I don't think it's gonna go too bad. Then I'm gonna make a stupid mistake somewhere, and it's all gonna go down the toilet. Anyway,
Did you just quote that? Did you just quote that from one of us earlier?
Raiden says for his top 3 is Melon, Vit, and May,
Ooh, okay.
which is an interesting choice. Incisi says he'll finish 4th.
If Raiden's in the chat, don't you want to speak your opinion about his commentating rule?
Yeah, Robbo! Come on, so ruins that relationship forever.
Bombing it into everyone again.
I mean, we're probably
Alright,
going to go one
define-
against the other. We're going to go from you breaking after the pit exit line, and then you're going to go to you breaking way before the cones.
He's just gonna get off the line 2 seconds later, he just slams on the brakes.
I could see Jake accidentally going on the grass in the run into turn 1 before slamming on the brakes, losing all control of the car, spinning across in front of everyone.
Car, maybe not Jake, but the escape road being used at least once.
Yeah, that's a good prediction.
Anyway, so
I mean, we're not like professional drivers who are just gonna purposely go round the polystyrene blocks. Because
I will. Well, actually, no, the car just won't turn in. I've actually tried it before. The car can never get a car to turn in properly to do them. To do the. I thought you were going to say I've been practicing the escape rod then. I've been practicing the escape rod just in case.
To be honest, there was a moment where I thought the same thing.
Alright then, I think we have to finish it here then, because we've been going on for nearly an hour. But this was the first of what I'm hoping will be a regular entry into our race review season, turned into IGTL review. But we'll go with it.
It's literally just...
It's an IGTL discussion.
Review.
It's an IGTL discussion. We'll name it that from now on. Basically, so we're going to do the same again next week. 6:30 will be the start, GMT I think it is. Point is, we're going to do it next week as well, and then the week after that, and so on and so forth, all the way throughout the races, and then I feel like...
some new extra guests joining us.
And yes, we might try and get some other people involved as well. Who knows? Hopefully.
Well, don't jinx yourself, mate.
So I'm going to end the stream here. Everyone say goodbye.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching. This was IGTL wrap-up by Robbo's Racing.
You're not the one doing the stream. Let the man do his own outro.
Jake, would you like anything to add?
Sub to Robbo Racing, that's what you want to say.
Trust me, I'm working on it. Alright, so on that note then, if you so, I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did like the video, if you haven't subscribed.
I would just like to know, if you're on the IGTL server, look out for something new, possibly making its way in. More to follow.
Alright, anyway, so... Excuse me, I'm trying to do an outro and you keep interrupting. Right, thanks for watching.
Bravo, everyone disrupt up, Bravo.
Bye!